Right, John, it's ended up finishing 1-1 here today in this second qualifying round for the FA Cup game, but against Southport. But overall, what did you make of it in that 94, 95 minutes?
I suppose the back end of the game felt like your typical cup game. Both sides played with nothing to lose, really, in the sense of trying to win the game. Nobody wanted a draw and a replay. So I think the last 20 minutes it felt like a cup tie, but I thought the first 70 minutes were poor, if I'm honest. The league table position doesn't tell probably how good they are. I thought first half they were very good, very organised, and caused us and asked us certain questions, so caused us problems and asked us certain questions that not many sides have asked, to be fair, this season. Really good experience, which I know they've only changed over the last couple of games. I think they were very young and inexperienced for the first few games. And I think now they've sort of realised at this level of football what you've got to be to compete and to try and win games of football. So I was impressed with them. As I said, they had some really good moments, but I thought once we'd equalised, we should have won the game. You know, we've had a chance. And they'll argue the same point. But mine is that if ours goes in, probably off Jordan, and then especially one off Ollie, the game's over. But it was. Listen, sometimes as well, you've got to, as managers, when we sit and talk and reflect on the game, we made a lot of changes today, and I think it definitely took us a bit of time to get into our stride. If we did get into our stride, just through the amount of changes that we made, so that's on us as well. But you've got to take chances. We had some good chances there in the game, and again, they will say that they had. But yeah, I think that the amount of changes that we made probably didn't do us that many favours.
I was going to say, would you say it's a key factor that's contributed to this final result?
Yeah, no. Because I said we've still had, regardless of personnel changes, it was more the fact that we've not took our chances. So whatever I'm talking about here is the general performance, the fluidity of the performance which we've seen over the last couple of months. And please don't think I'm trying to make us out to be Man City, but we have a certain way of playing, and we didn't hit them levels today. One, because I believe of the amount of change we did, and two, because a good opponent was stopping us from doing that. So we'll go back to the drawing board after today. We've got a point in a game where I didn't think we played particularly that great. And obviously I have to prepare for a game that we didn't expect to have on Tuesday now.
I was going to say that's the key thing now. You've got 90 minutes more tape against what you've seen now, ready for Tuesday to look at beforehand.
Yeah, we'll watch the game back. But as I say, I think it's pretty clear from our point of view of why we believe we didn't perform the way we did. They could probably make 2 or 3 changes going into Tuesday night. You know, they've got some good quality lads sat on the bench that they might think about bringing in. We've got a few niggles at this moment in time, which didn't help with some of the changes that we had to make. But we'll see what we've got available to us after tomorrow, and then a big quick turnaround into the game Tuesday.
Obviously, in terms of elements of things that you've seen there on the pitch, there are still good things there that we have seen in the recent weeks. That's still promising to see, though.
Yeah, listen, I hope I'm not coming across like that. I'm that disappointed with things. You know, it was essentially a National League North game. We played in Southport, who are a big football club for this level of football, with really good experienced footballers and a really experienced dugout in terms of their playing careers. So, I'm not trying to play down the fact that we drew with Southport as a poor result. It's more the fact that we've now got an extra game on Tuesday night, which wasn't planned for. But you ask any of the players, they would always rather play in a game than train. You know, for us, Tuesday nights are always a tough night, so they would rather have a game of football. They'd rather have won and been in the hat for the next round rather than having to go to a draw. But yeah, it's not. Listen, we had some good moments. You're absolutely spot on. When we turn it on, we're unstoppable at times. You know, we probably put together 6-7 different attacks over that second half where you think, wow, that's incredible. But that was once we got 2 forwards further up the pitch. We pinned them in, and we could work off the forwards then, which I didn't feel like we did in the first half.
I've got to say that familiarity of having Rio and Jordan together has probably been a key point for where we currently find ourselves.
Yeah, not just them two in particular, but either Duds with one of them, or Borley with one of them, or Hallam with one of them, with one of the others perhaps playing as the 10, playing a little bit deeper. So we've done something today that we've not done all season. whether it worked or not can be decided by the result. The fact that we didn't win, you could say no, but I thought once we went back to what we know, with 25 minutes to go, we got our identity back, and that's on us. You know, that's on me and Burn trying things. Not that we try and think that the FA Cup's not at the level of the league. Of course it is. We want a cup run, but we felt we was in a position to make some changes, tactically and personnel, and there's things that need working on if we're to go that other way.
No, last but not least, obviously the fans in full voice as normal, especially when the equaliser went in. Word to them.
Great as always. It was nice to hear the supporters singing for Martin as well early on in the game. Obviously he's in our goalkeeping coach in hospital at this moment in time, and we all wish him every bit of love in the world, and hope he can come out the other side of it as soon as possible. But it was great to see the supporters supporting him first and foremost, and they always do, don't we? We have this conversation after every game. It's brilliant. We love playing at home. It's always different when we seem to be chasing the game. The noise gets up, so it was good to get that late-ish goal. What did we score? What minute? 70s was it?
Yeah, 70s.
Yeah, getting a late-ish goal and then pushing like we do, chasing down the winner. So having them behind us, the noise and giving something to cheer for is what Saturday afternoon's all about.